Nirav Mehta. Today we are going to discuss about subject called automobile system design. In this particular subject, in today's session, we're going to discuss about topic called centrifugal clutch. Hope you understand what is different types of clutch and what is clutch. First of all, let's talk about what is clutch. Clutch is an element which regulates and connects regulates powers and speed of our vehicle. Ultimately, it connects our driver line and driven line to transfer that power and torque. So, while we are designing our clutch, we have to understand this. It should withstand that amount of torque as well as power which is fed to the final drive line. Yeah, in this particular session, we will talk about the type of clutch which help of its own centrifugal force try to perform this kind of movement or this kind of function. So let's discuss about this centrifugal clutch. So centrifugal clutch in which with the centrifugal force here in which our rotating element is rotating, and due to the centrifugal force here we can see the spring loaded mass here, the spring loaded mass which is connected to center through springs and end are the loaded with the mass which has those lining or frictional lining at the end, they are connected with that. So, with the help of centrifugal force, they will try to go outward and ultimately they connect with the outer drum and perform the function of a clutch. So, this is a basic arrangement in our centrifugal clutch. While connecting with that outer surface, they will come under frictional force, and due to this frictional force it loses that initial torque. While losing this initial torque, the difference in rpm will get there. So our aim while designing is to maintain that amount of torque, so it should be remain in contact throughout our working condition. I hope you got this point. So our function or our requirement is to generate that counter torque with the friction, or you can say frictional torque. So our spring loaded mass should be remain in contact with our driving line. Clear? Let's have this arrangement. Here, this is driving shaft. This is connected to our driven shaft. Driving shaft is connected to our spring loaded mass, and driven shaft is connected to outer hub. So when driving shaft generates that amount of outward force, or you can say centrifugal force, it will tends to move this masses away from its center, and while moving that, it will come into contact with the shoe. If the torque is not that enough, it will get into a original position towards the center, and it will loses that connection between driver and driven shaft. How that is, this is work here. Ultimately our aim centrifugal clutch ultimately creates that centrifugal force which connects and try to connect our uh, inner or driving line with driven shaft. Here, here, when centrifugal force is acting outward, at the same time, spring force will act inward to our component. Clear? So, while designing this, we should understand about this resultant of this force. Which force? Resultant of this two force. One is centrifugal force, and another is frictional, or sorry, spring force. And the difference between these two forces should be that sufficient. It could create that constant frictional torque, so it can be withstand in the same position. Clear? Let's move on to the design of this component. Here you can see this. This is I have taken one of the shoe of our centrifugal clutch, where it has internal drum diameter, it is capital R. The distance from center of our center of gravity of this spring loaded mass is smaller, angle made by this shoe is theta, and the length of this shoe is L. Clear? Here there will be two forces. One is outward force, which is centrifugal force. Another is inward force, which is spring force. And this two force should be creating that enough friction so that it could be in position, or it could be remain in the same position while in working condition. So let's go on this derivation. Here the mass of each shoe and is number of shoe, because here we have taken a single shoe, we could have multiple shoe at the same time. R is, as I have told you, distance of center of gravity from the shoe. Clear? R is internal, capital R, internal diameter of that pulley ring, and is running rpm of this pulley. Omega, it is angular running speed depend on this rpm. And omega 1, here we have to consider, or we have to focus on this omega 1, which is angular speed which at which engagement begins. So as this omega, here while moving on that omega, when it comes into contact, it will lose some amount of rpm, and that rpm will directly affect our omega, and it will convert it to omega 1, or you can say angular speed at which engagement begins to takes place. Then mu is nothing but coefficient of friction between those two surfaces. Here this pc is nothing but centrifugal force, well, m omega r square of r component which is rotating. Clear? So it will takes our mass outward to our center, and this is ps. This is nothing but spring force which try to get back our mass to its original position, and the difference between pc and ps is nothing but our frictional force. This resultant frictional force is nothing but F is equal to mu pc minus ps, which is equals to frictional force. So this frictional force will help us to create that sufficient amount of torque which is required. So this force will be act tangentially towards our spring loaded mass. So this tangential load will be denoted by F. So F into R will provide us torque, which is sufficient frictional torque, which is required to have this connection between outer surface and our inner surface, or you can say driver line and driven line. So ultimately torque will be mu PC minus PS into R, which is mu n. If they have number of shoes, then mu n into F R. So this is how our mass of shoe could be found out depending on this torque. Clear? I hope you got this point. Next is to determine the size of the shoe. As you know that to generate that amount of force, we have to create that amount of pressure on our shoe. Pressure is nothing but force upon area. So the area projected under this rim is nothing but L into B, where L is length of shoe and B is the breadth of, or you can say width of the shoe. L, which is R, it could be denoted by theta is equal to L by R, where R is radius and theta is angle made by our shoe uh, with our center. So ultimately it will be L is equal to theta into R, and A which is L into B, which is denoted by, clear, the pressure could be, or the force, sufficient amount of force could be denoted by area into pressure. Clear? So ultimately that force is nothing but force is generated, or resultant force generated due to this centrifugal force and spring force. So ultimately L into B into P, which is denoted by PC into PS. Clear? Or which is nothing but our frictional force. From this equation we can easily find our dimension of our shoe, or you can say dimension or area of our, or size of our shoe. As at the same time dimension of the spring could be found out. How we can find this dimension of the spring? Spring is nothing but a wire, or which is cylindrical wire. So ultimately ps, or which can get into the twisting motion, which is 9 by 16 m omega square r. I hope in today's session we have discussed about this centrifugal clutch and design of the centrifugal clutch. I hope you understand each and every factor regarding to this centrifugal clutch. Let's recap of this. In centrifugal clutch, a driving line is connected with our spring-loaded mass and driven line with our outer drum. With the help of this inertia force, this driver line, a driving line is connected to driven line, and then they will create pressure on the outside rim. Clear? Depending on that, we can find the mass and that frictional torque on our clutch, and ultimately we can have size of our clutch depending on that pressure. I hope you understand each and every point very well. For the reference, I have used Machine Design RS4B for this particular topic. You can use any of this two remaining book also. I hope you understand everything very well. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are ending here.